Hey y'all, it's your girl, Purely She, back to you with another vlog, back to you with another video. This morning, this is called the Bonnet Chronicles for sure. I don't know if you guys ever follow Tammy Roman, but she had like Bonnet Chronicles. So this is my version of Bonnet Chronicles this morning. Um, just giving honor to God first and foremost, who is the head of my life. He's my strength. He's my all in all. I wouldn't have it no other way. I can't live without him. I know too much about him. God has been so good to me. Today's topic, trying to please others. I lived my whole entire life basically trying to please others. We're going to get comfortable here this morning. I try to please others. And yes, I'm at home. I'm in my blanket, got my little bonnet on. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable. And I'm coming to you real. I ain't got no makeup on, no filters, none of that. I'm just coming to you realistic, like I've always been coming to you guys. I found myself a lot of times trying to please others, and I wasn't pleasing God. And what I mean by pleasing others, it was always, oh, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Can you be here? Can you be there? I need this amount of money. I need that amount of money. Can you find me this? Can you find me that? Like I said, I do have a nonprofit. My gift, I know for a fact, and a part of my purpose in life is to help people. I love helping people. As long as I know once I help you, you can continue helping yourself. You know, some people need a little bit more leeway than others, but as long as I know I did my due diligence in helping somebody and accomplishing that goal, or even accomplishing, helping that person, God is foreseeing me a blessing, another jewel in my crown and glory. Long story short, I used to be the one, I was always the go-to person. I was always the person that bought the drinks, bought the smoke, life of the party, all rounds on me. We go out to eat. You didn't have any money or you were short on cash. I was always that person that stepped in and I foot the bill. But I'm into a situation now where are all those people at that I helped? Where are all those people at that I gave advice to? Where are all those people at that I got them out of their ruts? They're nowhere to be found. So I had begun to be a little bit of, I wouldn't say selfish or standoffish. I just exit out a lot of people out of my life. I prayed, I said, Lord, if they do not serve me a purpose, remove them. And when I tell you God has removed so many different fake images, quote, I said fake images out of my life, that is just so unreal because I sit back and I say to myself, I'm in a situation now where I need people. I need help. But I break it all down to this. My help has always come from God. He has always been my provider. He has always been my strength. He has always been my father. He has always been my mother. He always been my sister, my brother, my doctor, my lawyer, just my all in all. And I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful for that. I've always sat back and said to myself, if I ever came into millions and millions of dollars, which I know that's on the way, I'm manifesting, I'm in my affirmations about it. Even if I don't get it, just knowing that I'm helping somebody with the little bit that I have, I'm so thankful and grateful for that. Because I'm going to get my blessings, and I don't want to block my blessings by being mean and hateful and not doing my part as a Christian woman, helping someone that is in need of a breakthrough or helping someone in need that's in need of an overflow. It's hard times right now. We know that food is high. We know that certain things are high, but we don't need to get in. We don't need to become discouraged. We don't need to worry. I've been watching I don't know if everybody is familiar with this church called 2819 Church, Pastor Philip Mitchell. When I tell you his messages, his sermons have opened my eyes up to a lot of different things about worrying. Like he said, and I even jot down some notes. I'm going to read them to you guys real quick because this has resonated in my spirit overnight. And when I tell you I'm so thankful and grateful for his sermon, and I'm going to tell you the outcome of my sermon. He came out of Matthew 6, 1 and 34 verse about do not worry. He had 3 key points. One was lift up your worry. He gave Philippians 4 and 6 verse. 2, tear down your worry. He gave 2 Corinthians 10th chapter, the 5th verse. Third key point was move from your worry. 1 Peter 1st chapter, 13th verse. This is going to be something that I'm going to be carrying out for the rest of the week. We all tend to worry. God says, do not worry. For I know the plans that I have for you. Do not worry, do not fret. Like I always tell you, it's God's timing. I sat up here and I worried because I'm like, Lord, I don't have a car. I don't have this. I don't have that. And he's like, why are you complaining? As long as I give you breath and the ability to keep going and pressing your way through, why are you worrying? Because I'm your provider. As long as you stay in the word and be obedient to my word, I'm going to give you all the desires of your heart. Stop worrying, sis. Stop worrying, bruh. We all sat up here, and like I said, I don't like digging into politics. I had someone ridicule me because of the vote that I put in. And like I told that person, at the end of the day, I have my own family. I am a single mother. I go through my daily struggles. I need the help. But I can't sit up here and always cry for help if I'm not helping myself first and foremost. And a lot of us tend to do that. We don't help ourselves. We don't push. We don't give ourselves effort. We don't give ourselves credit. We ridicule ourselves. We sit up and we down degrade ourselves like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go on. I don't have the support. Oh, I don't know who to turn to. Yes, you do. Turn to God first and foremost. Turn to God first and foremost. He is your all in all. He is your first and foremost provider before your family, your friends, your boo, your bae, your loved ones. He gonna be there in the forefront to see you through it all. All your circumstances, all your hurt, your pain, your depression, your thoughts. He gonna see you through. You have to want to be able to change your mindset, change your way of thinking, change the way you walk, the way you talk. I say this all the time. I preach this all the time because this is something that I was not doing. I wasn't taking my life serious. I was not taking my life serious. I thought it was a game. I still tried to live out that little old girl back in the day that was a spoiled brat, had everything handed to her, and didn't realize, hey, baby girl, you got your own family. You're grown, and now I'm a grandmother now. When my oldest son got incarcerated last couple years ago, I blamed myself for it because I felt like I let him go with his father at one time. I let him go with his aunt at one time, and I felt like I missed so many different memories and so many different milestones in his life. And I blamed myself for it so wholeheartedly. It got to a point, me and him had to have a conversation. He was like, Mom, it's not your fault. He said, you were a great mother. He said, I understand the circumstances. And like I've never, ever hid anything from my children. Like I told him, I never wanted to be a mother because I didn't think I would be a great mother. I don't want to be the type of mother and always make that an excuse. Because we tend to make this an excuse too. Oh, I did the best I could. That's no excuse. That's no excuse. You did the best you could. You can, and I know you will, do what you need to do to raise those kids. If their father isn't there, you don't downgrade the father. You uplift that man in prayer because guess what? You made that decision to lay down with this man. So you can't put it off on a man that it's his fault. And then sometimes you can't put it off on a man that they disappear in the wind, because sometimes we could be the cause of them disappearing in the wind by our actions, our antics, even the way we down degrade them. My thing is this: if you know that you are dealing with a person, learn that person before you lay down with that person and make kids with this person. Learn their family history. Learn their family background. Find out how they were raised. Find out what different toxic traits they have. Find out about their childhood traumas before you even go into making a baby or children with someone. Make that make sense, somebody. We all tend to make the mistakes of not being observant of who we lay down with when it comes to making children. We don't set our boundaries like we should be setting our boundaries. We get in relationships. We don't set boundaries. We don't take the time out to date, court one another. We want to jump the gun and jump in the bed with these people. And then guess what? That's when the soul ties tie together and it fails. Because you don't take the time out to get into a relationship with God first and foremost, and with yourself. Self-care is something that I always make myself aware of. Self-care. I have to make sure that I'm good first before I can launch off into a relationship with someone or launch off into a marriage. And a lot of you wonder and realize why your relationships and your marriages are failing, because before you got into that scenario with that person or that significant other, you didn't take the time out to ask God to intervene into your life and then have him intervene into the relationship that you have with that person. I'm not jumping to conclusion with anybody anymore when it comes down to a relationship. I don't want to be somebody's girlfriend anymore. I want to be a wife. So when I made that vow to God to work on me and he is working on my Boaz, I meant that. I meant that. I meant what I said. I made a vow to God. I made a promise to God. And I'm going to serve God to the day I die. That I am going to work on me first before I enter into another relationship with somebody. It is not okay for you to walk out of something and then go into something. You're bringing the past traumas into something new. And guess what? That's stirring up trauma. That's stirring up toxic traits. That's a disaster. That's going to fail because you didn't take the time out to just breathe and just focus on you. First and foremost, focus on God and focus on your word. Stop jumping from relationship to relationship. That was me at one time. I jumped from relationship to relationship and wondered why, even at this point, at my age, I am not married yet. Because I didn't let God work on me. It didn't work. It's not going to work until you do the footwork to work on you. Allow God to intervene into your life wholeheartedly. Through your flaws, your mistakes, everything that you do in life. Guess what? You're going to be accountable for that. And a lot of us, we don't take accountability for our actions. We don't take accountability for our antics. We don't take our accountability for our attitudes because we're still living back in time in that little girl and that little boy stance that we once were in. Once you ask God to close portals and to remove your past, keep that closed. Don't keep opening up those portals. Don't keep opening up those portals. Because you're going to do nothing but cause a lot of damage and a lot of habit. And it's not going to work. I teach this all the time. But I have to learn how to teach myself before I could go teach it somebody else. Or even before I even come jumping on this camera. How can I come on here and tell you guys about something if I ain't walking and I ain't talking it? It's impossible. Each and every day I wake up, I open up my word. I get into affirmation. I even pray over my baby boy before he leaves this house. Because I know he faces different personalities and things that he got to deal with when he go to that school. He got to deal with the teachers, the administration, and other kids. So I got to keep my children covered. I even keep my son covered that's incarcerated because he faces a lot. I know he got a lot on his mind. And I know he's even thinking about his baby girl. But like I told him, mama got that. I keep my babies covered in prayer and agape love. I read my word and I keep myself encouraged. This message is for somebody to stay encouraged. Keep going. You want to go back to school. You know you don't got that diploma. Guess what? There are resources out here. But you cannot get your diploma if you don't get up off your behind and go and get the support and get the help and get the resources and get the information in order for you to get that diploma. How do you think you're going to become that nurse, that doctor, that lawyer, that med tech, x-ray tech? How you think you're going to do that if you don't have that diploma? Because guess what? You too doggone lazy to get up off your tail, change your mindset, change your environment, change the way you think, the way you eat, the way you talk, the way you walk. Give God all the glory and praise first and foremost. You too doggone lazy to do that. And you wonder why you are in a standstill. Because you're not trying to do the footwork. You just don't care. You just too low down and dirty. You don't care. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. You go around here with your nose stuck up in the air. You walk around here with attitude. You walk around here being mad at the world. You going around here still living in your past. Guess what? Your past is not predicated upon your future. Not unless you want to change that. And guess what? Your first step in order for you to change that is give God all the glory and praise. Take accountability for your action and let God intervene into your life. I wouldn't have it no other way. It's a lot of things in my life God put a pause on first and foremost because I wasn't being obedient. I was being hard-headed. He said, okay, you want to be hard-headed. You don't want to obey my word. You don't want to open up my word. You don't want to get a scripture. You don't want to pray to me. And you think that everything you have prayed to me for, I'm going to bless you with it? No, baby girl, I'm not blessing you with anything until you learn how to get on your knees and pray and ask me and repent for what you have done wrong. You cannot live in this world thinking that you're going to continue doing people wrong or doing things wrong and you ain't going to get away with it. I be doggone. You going to get yours. And it's not karma. It ain't always karma. It's God whipping that behind. And you wonder why your life ain't going further than it is because you won't do the footwork. You won't get up off your lazy behind and get up and do what you got to do and take care of your responsibilities. I could sit up here and rant and rave all day about, oh, my rent due, my bills due, this due, that due. But if I don't get up off my behind and do the footwork, what I look like laying in the bed all day knowing I got a situation going on in my house? It's impossible. I ain't got time to rest. I got to make sure me and my baby boy is good in here. If you want certain things in life, you got to do the footwork. You got to change your mindset. If you are around people each and every day and you see they are not making changes in their life, what make you think you're going to change? You cannot change everybody. You have to be willing to change who? You. Nobody else. You. We all have these big intentions in life that we want to drive these fine cars and we want to live in these big houses and we want to have these businesses. Running a business is not easy. I done went through about 3-4 businesses all by myself. No staff, no bookkeepers, no accountants, no nothing. And baby, when I tell you it drained me, it drained me so bad that guess what? The business that I have had since 2017, and I didn't even realize I had that business that long. I am taking time out for God first and foremost before I build that business up. Because guess what? I'm not going to have any and everybody on my staff, on my team. I'm not going to have any and everybody handling my money, handling my books, running my business. No, because guess what? If these people that I have that are going to be on my staff and working for me don't have a relationship with God first and foremost, you ain't working for me, period. I'm sorry. Because the people that I'm going to serve and the people that I am serving now mean a lot to me because they have a story themselves to tell. So my job performance has to be first and foremost, and it has to come from God. I wouldn't have that no other way. I'm not choosing no other direction but to follow God's direction. As a parent, yes, I know it gets hard sometimes. Yes, I know you feel like, oh, I don't have no time to myself. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I just don't want to do this anymore. Lord, why me? Stop crying me, Lord, why me? And say, Lord, what do I need? What do I need to do, Lord? What outcome do I need from this? I need to know, how do I serve you more? How can I serve you more? It's called, guess what? Taking accountability for your actions. Stop blaming other people for your traumas and your childhood traumas and things that you are going through in life. You are choosing to go that way because you being so doggone hard-headed and being so god doggone stubborn. That's why things are failing like they're failing. You got to stop, pause life sometime, and give God all the glory, honor, and praise. You got to learn how to speak life into yourself. Every day that I wake up in the morning, I say, I can, I know, I will. I can, I know, and I will. Because I know God is going to see me through because I'm being obedient to God's word. And I ain't always been obedient, baby. I ain't always been the brightest light bulb in the lamp. Have not. But I know God is able. I know God is going to see me through. Yeah, we already know we got the election is over. We can't harp over who is in that seat because guess what? We got to still continue to work on us. As they work there in the White House, we got to still work on us. Life ain't changed. The cycle ain't changed. All we can do now as a whole, as family, as one, and quit being segregated is work on us. Work on the things that we need fulfilled. Uplift that person that is in that seat. Pray for that person in that seat. Because guess what? They got to face a lot too. Running their country is not easy. It is hard. Because they got to face a lot of different personalities. They got a lot of people, places, and things that they have to go and see about this country. It's a lot. We got to quit being judgmental. That person is in that seat for a reason. God ordained that person in that seat for a reason. And stop being a Debbie Downer because a person didn't vote. Stop. Have your own mindset. Stop following people. Learn how to make decisions on your own. And if you don't know how to make decisions on your own, you ask God to help you make those decisions. Excuse me. If I know or I feel like something doesn't sit right with me, I ask God, Lord, which direction do you need me to go in? And I don't force anything. I allow God his time. Things take time. When this person gets in the seat, it takes time. Things don't change overnight. Things do not change overnight. Why don't people get that? You think, oh, I got to do it right now. People got to do things right now. It takes time. Stop rushing God's timing. When you rush God's timing, it's going to fail every time. It's not going to work. It's not going to be a good outcome for you. I keep telling y'all that. As bad as I want the big house and the Mercedes-Benz or the fine car, bad as I want that, guess what? It takes time. I got to work on that. If I want it bad enough, I got to get up off my lazy behind and work on it. And guess what? It's nothing wrong with you talking about yourself. I can take corrective criticism from people. Guess what? Because guess what? When I see things is wrong, I can talk about myself before I let somebody else talk about me. Now, Erica, you know you was wrong. You know you was wrong. Why did you do that to yourself? Why did you even surround yourself with those people? Why are you being disobedient to God? Why aren't you taking accountability for your actions? Why you keep being hard-headed? Why you just don't stop and listen and think sometimes and quit thinking that you know it all? People say, oh, you crazy for talking to yourself. Sometimes you got to have that personal conversation with yourself. Have that personal conversation with God first and foremost so he can see you through. Each and every day I wake up, I say, Lord, where or what areas do you want me to be used in? Sometimes I find myself talking and having conversations with people I have never met in my whole life. And I'm sitting here to myself thinking, what in the world made us go into this conversation, Lord? What? Give me the words that you want me to say to these people, because I don't even know these people. Take time to learn people's situations. Take time out to learn about other people's lives. I got to give a shout out to one of my subscribers and one of my brothers in Christ that I met through King Explicit on here. His name is Nemo504 Phenomenal. If you guys get some time, subscribe to Nemo504 Phenomenal. Man, when he shouts me out and he lets me know he have watched during every last one of my videos or my vlogs, and that he practically knows about where I'm coming from and where my life is going or where my life has gone. Do you know that means so much to me? That makes me feel so good inside to know that someone is really taking the time out to see where I am coming from. I got people here in my own city and my own family don't even know where I'm coming from, because you know why? They don't take the time out to sit with me and listen. I'm not perfect by far, but let me tell you something. Once you get to know me, I am nothing but a fresh breath of air. I'm a person that has made mistakes. I'm a person that is not perfect. I'm a person that has talked about people. I'm a person that has gossiped. I am a person that still is going to make mistakes. I'm that person that have lied. I'm not that person that's going to sit around, oh, my life is just so peachy cream. I ain't never did nothing. Oh, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. No, baby, it don't go that way. It don't go that way. God will get you every time when you go around here thinking you lying and trying to live a lifestyle that you know doggone well that was not fit for you. I tried so hard to live a lifestyle that was not fit for me. I tried so hard to be around people that I know was not fit for me. Stop being around people that you know is not meant and fit for you. Ask God to bring you those people. And guess what? He will. Even if he got to take some people away. That's another thing I hit on. And a lot of people can't take this subject. God gets certain people up out of your life for a reason. Some people that you're close to, when they pass on and you go through that grieving time in your life and it hurts so bad and you sitting there thinking to yourself, oh Lord, this ain't what I wanted. God gonna give you what you want. He gonna give you what you need, just like Satan will. He'll give you what you want, and he'll give you what you need as well. You gotta choose the direction that you want to go in. I know one thing, for me and my house, we gonna continue to serve the Lord. I know which direction I want to go in. And the direction is, I'm going to serve God until the day that I die, no matter the circumstances. I'm going through so much right now. Like I said, I can shake a stick at it. But guess what? I'm going to keep pressing my way through. I'm going to continue to share my testimony. I'm going to keep taking accountability for my actions. And I'm waiting on God, because I know he's going to provide the desires of my heart and the things that I really need. You don't need those Nikes, those Jordans, those Reeboks, that Mercedes-Benz, that Porsche, that Bentley. You don't need that. That's a want. What you need is food, clothing, shelter, and a relationship first and foremost with God. That's what you need over anything. Once that casket closed, you can't take none of that with you. Some of y'all y'all admire materialistic things and earthly things, but won't admire the gift and the love, the agape love that God has given you. Realize that stuff is not going to go with you once that casket closed. It's impossible. Be thankful for the little so that God can bless you bigger. But my blessing, as far as my definition of bigger, I want a bigger relationship with God first and foremost. Over anything. That's all I want. That's all I need right now. I'm asking God to mend my heavy heart each and every day, because yes, I wake up sometimes with a heavy heart. Like I told y'all, I'm dealing with 5 deaths from back in the summertime. That grieving process ain't going to just happen overnight where I'm just going to be okay. I'm not going to be okay. I'm still dealing with the loss of my baby 21 years ago. My oldest, which is the fraternal twin, the brother, he's still alive, thank God. But I still grieve his brother's death. Because I really didn't get a chance to grieve. Because I had different key points in my life that got interrupted from me grieving. So I cherish each and every moment that I wake up. As a mother, like I said, it's hard. As a single father, sometimes it get hard. Sometimes like you feel like, oh, I can't catch up on my rest. Oh, bad as I want to go get nails in my feet down here, I ain't worried about that. I ain't no big hair person. I don't mind going to the barbershop. But bad as I want to do those things, I need some new clothes. But long as I know my baby is taken care of first and foremost, and my household responsibilities are taken care of, long as I know that I got something that I can put on my behind, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm okay with that. All of that will come. I've had so much money touch my hands that I had so much money that I lost. You think I'm going to sit up here and be bitter and angry because, oh my God, I had all that money, I lost it. Oh, I had all them cars. Oh, I had them nice houses. Oh, I'm not going to sit up here and harp over my past because my life is not predicated upon my past. My life is now predicated upon where I'm going and where I'm headed. Excuse me for sniffing, you guys. My allergies and sinus, it's the season. It's just so terrible around the time. So if I sound stuffy and stopped up, I apologize. But I have to get this message out because I know God is able. I know he's going to see you through. It's God's timing. It's going to take time. You know you want that career, but it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You want that beautiful house. You want that beautiful car. It takes time. It does not happen overnight. I'm getting my mindset as I'm living like a rich woman now. But it ain't just about the money. I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about my life, my health, and my strength. I got to make this phone call now to the rheumatoid arthritis doctor. It's a phone call I do not want to make because every day that I wake up, I'm in so much pain. It may not look like it on camera, but I hurt so bad. But I cannot let that justify the fact that I still have to press my way through and give God grace, glory, and honor and praise each and every morning. I can't let that stop me. And I'm not going to sit up here and claim sick. I'm not going to sit up here and claim pain. Everything that we speak out of our belly, off our tongue, your tongue is a powerful, powerful muscle. It's a powerful vessel. Be careful of the words that you speak out your belly, out your mouth. You can bring things to pass. I'm telling you. Be very careful. Be mindful. Be mindful how you treat others. Be mindful of how you handle other people. That can come back on you too. I had a lot of people that spoke down on my life, and look where they're at. They're gone. But just because they're gone, it didn't mean that, oh, yeah, I'd be glad when they get up. I'm not wishing death on nobody. Yeah, we all got to go one day, but I would never, ever wish death on nobody. I don't want that sitting on my heart. Because the way my heart is set up, I love hard, wholeheartedly. But I love wholeheartedly with all my heart for God and God alone. I love helping people. I want to get my nonprofit organization started up back so bad. But I'm like, Lord, I know my finances are the way they are, but Lord, I'm not even going to speak down on that. I'm going to speak life into my organization because I know I can, I am, and I will. I'm going to open it back up. It's going to be my season. It's going to be my turn. I want to live in the overflow because I am willing to go all out to help someone that I know that needs help and is going to appreciate my help. I don't want to deal with people that I know once I help them, they're going to stab me in my back. And guess what? I ain't worried about you stabbing me in my back because the God that I serve, he going to stop all that first and foremost. He going to stop you right in your tracks because I am a child of God. I'm not a child of man on earth. I'm a child of God. I live my life. I live my whole life not knowing my real father. And guess what? To this day, I don't hate him. Wherever he may be, I uplift him in prayer because I don't know his circumstances of why he walked away. I'm not going to ridicule that man because guess what? He still is my father. If I was to meet my father right now, guess what? I would hug him and grab him and pray for him. And instantaneously would start praying for him because I don't know. He may not have been ready to be a father. He could not take the situation that was going on. My mom was a sick woman at that time. He may not could have handled that. I don't know. Stop being mad at certain situations and take it to God in prayer. Stop being angry every time. Stop holding grudges. Stop having attitudes. Like I said, I had an aunt that I held a grudge with her. Me and her had grudges held against each other for all those years. But I thank God, with the realm of God that I have on my life, I was able to talk to her and she apologized to me. Because she had said something to me back when I was a kid that hurt me so bad. And I live with that. And guess what? I had to forgive her just like she had to forgive me. Because I had to still give her respect. That was my aunt. And another key point I'm going to hit on. This might sting a little bit. Just because your mama, your daddy, your grandpa, your grandma, and everybody else did it, don't mean you have to do it. You got to live your life for you. God gave you your life just like he gave your parents, your grandparents. And just because you are a mother or a father, that don't mean you're right. That don't mean you're right with your kids. I tell my kids all the time, if you feel that there is something that I am doing wrong to you, or there is something that I said wrong to you, or you're feeling some type of way, you have all means out of the respect to correct me when I'm wrong. Because guess what? Your children have feelings too. They got to grow up with that. And I don't want my kids living like they hate me. I don't want nobody hate me. Hate is a strong definition. Hate is a strong word. Hate is something I don't want to live with. And I'm not. Everybody isn't deserving of your love. Everybody isn't deserving of your prayers. But try it. It'll make your life so much easier if you do it. Stop holding grudges. If you have not told your family or even your closest friends, just somebody that you love them and I'm praying for you, and P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y, those are two different prays. Because people will pray for you and they can pray on your downfall. And you'll be feeling yourself heading in the wrong direction. But you got to cover you first. You got to cover you first. Ask God to cover you from head to toe. But when your kids feel like you're doing something wrong, stop being that mother that always think you know it all. Stop being that father that always think you know it all. And always telling your kids, oh, shut up. You don't know what you talking about. Oh, ain't nobody talking to you. Sometimes your kids need to be around you when you having grown folk conversation. Remember when you was a little kid and your mama and them used to tell you, or your auntie and them used to say, y'all, we get out of here. We grown folks talking. Guess what? I'm going to slide on in the camera a little closer to y'all. Sometimes them kids need to be in them grown folk conversation. Because guess what? When they grow up, they be lost. They be delusional. They don't be knowing what's going on. Within reason. I don't sugarcoat. I don't hide nothing from my kids. Nothing. Because guess what? They're going to find out about it anyway. Look at all these electronics. They can go on Google. They can go everywhere to find the information out. When you don't tell them, they're going to find it out. And when your kids go out this door, I'm talking about these older kids. When they go out this door, you can teach all you want. Teach your kids the best of your ability. When they are out of your care, you don't basically know what your kids doing when they're around other folks. So it starts at home. You better teach them and give them the mannerisms. Teach them the mannerisms so that when they do go out here, they represent you. We are the representation to our children. And they are the representatives of us as well. Start getting back to having dinner at the table. I notice we don't have dinner at the table anymore. We all are worried about phones, tablets, electronics, the internet. What was y'all doing before we had all this? I used to love sitting at my grandmama's table when she would cook, and we would sit at the table and have conversations about how our day was. You know, what are different things that we have been working on? What is our next move? We don't have that anymore. Why? We let these worldly things overpower our lives, and we wonder why our lives is going in the direction it's going in. Don't think like life is over. I've seen a lot of different posts about people. Oh, I'm moving to China. I'm doing this. Guess what? At the end of the day, I don't care who is in that seat in the White House. God is the head and not the tail. He is the one that is going to foresee us through all of this. When you build that relationship with God, you ain't going to be worried about who is in that seat. You ain't going to be thinking about who in that seat. You basically going to forget about who in that seat because you're going to be too busy worried about your household, how it's going to be in order. Asking God to order your steps. First and foremost, asking him to order your steps. Asking God what your next move is in life. If you don't know your purpose in life, ask God to give you that purpose. And he will foresee you through your purpose. Ephesians 6:9. That's a scripture I lived by as a kid about children obeying your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy mother and thy father, for your days will be longer. It's called respect. We all know back in the 1960s, 1970s, they took the fathers out of the household. We can't keep living with that excuse anymore. You got to continue building. A lot of us, we run these fathers away. A lot of us, we run these fathers away. We run the fathers away because we want to be too masculine. Women, stop being masculine. You are not made a man. I don't care if it says one man or women. You are not masculine. Live in your feminine energy. Stay a feminist. Stay dainty. Your crown on your head, if it's crooked, ask God to make your crooked straight. Stop trying to be masculine. Stop thinking you are a man. You are not a man. You cannot do things that men do. Not saying as far as occupations, because you never know what you're capable of doing when you have a changed mindset. Stop being so loud. Stop being so attitudinal. Change that. Change that. Let the man lead. Let him guide you. I don't mind being with a man that's going to correct me when I'm wrong, or if I'm too loud, babe, calm that down. I want a man that I can pray with, that we can go in scripture with, that we can go in prayer with. I don't want to get on the phone and call my homegirl about me and my man's issues. I'm not doing it. When I know I can go to God and I can go to the person that I'm involved with and we can talk about it. We can pray about it. That's how a relationship works. I opened up that portal for God, allow God to intervene into the relationship. Not my family, not my friends. Get back to being dainty. That masculine energy, being hateful, being mean, trying to tell the man what to do, trying to run a household. It's impossible, sweetheart. You can't do that. And you wonder why the man leaves, or you wonder why the father leaves. If you and the father are not together and he wants to build a relationship with that child, and that man is in another relationship with somebody else, why are you being selfish to that man from him seeing that child? That's because you ain't got a changed mindset. You still probably either in love with that man, or you hating on that man, or you just feel some type of way because he in that relationship with that other woman. I'm the type of person, me personally, I want to build a relationship with that other woman, because my kids got to be around this other woman. So why would I hate her knowing that my kids got to be around this other person? And uplift that father in prayer, uplift that mother in prayer, uplift each other in prayer, regardless if y'all ain't together or not. Y'all still have children together. I'm not a baby father basher. I ain't never been and I'm not going to start. You cannot pay nobody to come to me and ask me anything negative about my kids' father because they don't see my kids' fathers. I'm not doing it. I uplift my kids' fathers in prayer because I don't know what they face on a daily. I don't know their circumstances. I don't hate them. And I still, to this day, let my children know who their fathers are. My son, thank God, my oldest son was able to build a relationship with his father. My baby boy, no. But I still let him know who his real father is. And I tell him, if that man was to walk in this door right now, you still give that man respect. That's still your father. You don't go disrespecting that man because guess what? I was the one that had to open up my legs and make that baby. I made that choice. I made that decision. It wasn't his decision. It starts with the mother, not the father. Be very observant of who you lay down with. Stop going around sleeping with any and everybody when you know you want to get a ring on your finger. You got to cease all that. I've been there, done that. I don't want to lay down with any and everybody no more. I want to be committed to God first and foremost, and I want to submit and commit to a great man of God one day. That's not my goal. That's that's my lifetime extension. I want to be a wife. I know I'm going to be a wife, but in due season, like I always say in Galatians 6:9, God's timing. Stop rushing, sis. Stop rushing, bro. Your time is coming. Build your relationship with God. So everything that you pray for, God can answer. Don't y'all think sometimes maybe God get tired of you always asking him for things and not praying to him and you wonder why he ain't blessing with you? God get tired too. I guarantee you. Oh, Lord, here they go. Crying about what they need. Crying about what they don't have. Crying about what they want. God get tired too. Start learning how to get with people that's going to intercede for you with prayer. When you don't know how to pray, have you some people that's going to surround you with prayer and agape love and go open up their word to you. I don't mind when somebody calls me and say they need prayer. Guess what? I stop what I'm doing and I pray. I don't never ignore a person that needs prayer. I never will, because guess what? I'm blocking my blessings by doing that because I don't know that person's circumstances or why they ask me. And I don't even got to know you. But as I'm praying, I got to make sure my prayer life is genuine. I can't just go around here praying for people or preaching the ministry if my life ain't right with God first and foremost. If my relationship with God ain't right, how I'm going to try to tell you something? How I'm going to minister to you? It's a lot of us preachers and ministers and apostles and bishops and evangelists and prophets going around here prophesying to people, and the prophecy ain't even real. Stop giving these people false prophets. Stop giving these people false hope. Especially when your prayer life and your relationship with God ain't right. Stop doing that. Stop playing church. Stop playing with God. He will handle you accordingly when you do that. I'm trying to tell you that. You blocking your blessings playing with God, acting like, oh, you going to pray for somebody and this false prophecy. When we start doing that, I've been seeing a lot of that on the internet. Y'all going to pay for that because y'all ain't got real genuine love. Y'all not really into your word. Y'all is worried about y'all bag getting bigger. More people following you, or more people liking you, or more people just coming into your building so you can build this mega church. You are not deserving of that. How dare you? I don't condone in that. And there's a lot of us out here doing that, man. Stop with this fake prophecy. Stop praying on people's downfall. You gonna pay for that. People need to start really opening up their eyes and really being observant to things. Stop having the sheep's wool over your eyes. Ask God to pull the sheep's wool off over your eyes so you can see what's going on around you. God will let you know when it's not real love. You gonna feel that instantly when you a child of God. When a person is being real with you, and when a person is being fake towards you, when a person is for you, and when a person is against you. When you have and you carry out that relationship with God, God will foresee you that. He will open your eyes up wide enough to know for you to see these people don't mean you no good. This man that you in this relationship ain't no good. This woman, my marriage ain't going right. Before you walk down that aisle, there's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with getting counseling. I'd rather you do that first before disaster strikes and it doesn't work out. But I'm going to carry out this last piece in my message because I got to go. I got things I got to take care of while little man is in school. Ask God to help you be more observant in areas of your life where you have not been observant. Ask God to mend your heavy heart when it's heavy. Ask God to change you in the areas where you may be weak so that he can make you stronger. Ask God to fulfill your life with the people in your life that has a prayer life, that has a life and a relationship with God like you do or like you intend to. That is my prayer for you today. Keep going, sis. Keep going, bruh. You're almost at the finish line. Don't quit because the best is yet to come. And I'm believing in God for your breakthrough. I'm believing in God for overflow. That he's going to foresee you through every desire of your heart. Everything that you have believing and asking God for, he's going to foresee you through. But you got to do the footwork. And get into your word. Build your relationship up with God so he can see you through everything. Cover your children when they go out that door. Cover your household. Cover you. Everything that you touch from here on out, I pray that God foresees you through your breakthrough and your blessing and your overflow because it's on the way. Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And every tongue that rise above you shall be condemned. So may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. I'm praying for each and every one of you that you do not worry. Fret and not worry. Stop worrying. The battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. Put on the full armor of God. Ask God to help you walk in favor. Ask God to know your purpose a little bit more than you have ever known. And he's going to see you through. This is your girl, Purely She. I would love for you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Everybody be blessed in advance. God bless you.